Hey, good morning to you on this Thursday. Now, I did a video on Monday, and I'm going to do some updates about that video. But first of all, if you want to jump in the comments and share your area, some of your prepping successes, I'd love to hear about them. I'd love to go back and reread comments. I hope you do as well. Now, Monday I had posted a video. On Sunday afternoon, there was a bunch of shooting going on in our neighborhood. We saw a gentleman. Police showed up. They were at our door. They took some statements. Lots of neighbors out trying to find out what's going on. So a little bit of chaos at the House of Prep area here. So I live here in Tennessee, just outside of Nashville. Well, on Monday night, the very next night, again, from my back porch. So if you haven't seen my Monday video, it's the very last video I've done. It's a picture of a police officer with my daughter and just a piece of me in the picture at my front door, the front door camera. And that's what the thumbnail looks like. So you can click that, kind of get updated so you're up to speed on what's going on. So shootings on Sunday. Now, Monday night, look, it happened to something, totally different person. If you look at this thumbnail, you'll see a picture of a felon. All right, well, from my back deck, on the street that I could see at that same picture I showed you when I was outside from Monday, that same street back there, they had that thing totally blocked off. Both ends. Cop cars everywhere. FBI was present. They had officers with long guns, like sniper positions. I mean, it was a full, all-out, we're going to catch this guy. I guess he was staying with somebody. I don't know the ins and outs. I don't understand the severity of it, but they had firepower. They were there. And then on two streets over, they had emergency vehicles, fire station ambulances. They had a lot of on standby. I guess they were expecting something bad with this. Long story short, they didn't catch him. So I don't know if he got a tip or got a word a back way out. Here's my thing. If you watched my Monday video from my backyard as I was showing you all the trees in my backyard, down that street, if he was outside, smoking or whatever, and he saw cars showing up, if he ran to his backyard and ran along the water, the ditch, the creek area, he could go under the street because there's a manhole that's big enough where you could run through it. You just have to duck down, you could run through it. That's where the water flows. And then it would lead right to my backyard, covered with tons of trees and bushes, and he could run right down the middle of that sucker and just be gone through the neighborhood. So now when I'm going out to cut grass because of Sunday and because of Monday, when I'm out cutting grass, I've got to be carrying a self-defense tool. That's just all there is to it, because I don't know, that's the same area 2 nights in a row. Now, could those 2 totally different people that were involved on 2 different days, could they have somehow been connected? I don't know. From the first night on Sunday, it doesn't appear that was the intent of that person. So, with that being said, look, we're all not in the same boat. Okay? Now, we're all in the same storm. We're in the storm of life. We're in the storm of things changing. You can feel the winds changing. I can. So when you start having these events back to back like this, now look, law enforcement and stuff are awesome. They're tremendous. They show up. They're there quick. They're there when you need them. But they usually, they can't be present at the time of a crime. They can't be present when someone's pulling the trigger. So it's up to you and me to be vigilant, to be aware. I know people said, hey, Jerry, you shouldn't be rushing outside to see what's going on. Stay bunkered down. Look, I agree with you 100%. That's what I would tell my family. Don't go outside. Now, I guess my part of me, just my mental, the way I tick, I want to be able to help see if I can see something that I can then inform the police when they arrive. I want to be at least a witness to something. I'm very cautious. I'm very careful. I don't just go run it out in the middle of the open. I'm very careful around corners of my house, very cautious. I do have a self-protection tool on me if needed. And I'm also wanting to make sure innocent people are okay. The first night on Sunday, there was a young kid running from the place of the shots. So I kind of stood around. I wanted to make sure that he got away fine. He went home, that nobody was chasing him. So part of me just wants to make sure that people are okay. Now, am I really Superman? I'm not. Okay, I'm not. I'm not trying to be a hero. I'm just trying to be a concerned citizen or somebody who's just like I do videos because I care about people. I talk about food. I talk about stocking up, and I try to encourage people to do that because I actually care and I want to help people. So the best thing to do is to avoid any confrontation. Let the authorities handle it. The trained professionals do their job. But watch each other's back. Just try to help each other out the best you can. If you don't feel comfortable, then find somewhere to hunker down in a situation like that and don't move. But that's just one thing in life that's going on. Could you imagine if things really start hitting the fan in our society? Could you see that these events would multiply? They would intensify. There would be more events than that could be handled. There wouldn't be enough law enforcement to go around to contain all the different events that would take place. You just couldn't do it. We've seen things on television in these last few years. So I know some of you have had stories, and I liked to read them, though they could be scary and they could be real. But some of you have also experienced some different issues from your homes and people trying to create problems for you and your family or for your community. And it's nice for the community to stand together because strength in numbers, a lot of eyes, a lot of communication. I know some of my neighbors I communicated with text. I wanted to make sure they're okay, make sure they were aware of what was going on because sometimes people aren't home. So I wanted to make sure they know when you get home, keep an eye out because you don't know what you're driving into. So it's just good to stay in good communication with folks, your own network, people that you trust and that you work with as a prepper, or just common sense, neighborly, etiquette. I've got your back, you got mine. You're going out of town, I'll watch your stuff. I'm going out of town, you got my stuff. It's just nice to have extra people like that. So we're all in the same storm, different boats. Okay, sometimes you say, hey, we're all in the same boat. Sometimes we're not. Some of us are in a yacht. Some of us are in a little motorboat. Maybe one of them homes on water. Maybe someone's drowning. So we're all in the storm, but there's different levels. There's different ways that you're preparing for this storm. Some people aren't preparing at all. And when the storm intensifies and it really hits, which boat are you going to be finding yourself in? You might just have a life preserver, and you're just hanging on for your dear life in that life preserver. But there's lots of things to prepare for. Home security, 100% is important. And that's kind of the focus of today's video. I know there's a lot. Look, I'm tired of everything going on. Prices, food prices, gas prices have gone back down just a little bit. But don't be fooled. They're not down to normal, okay? If people say, oh, it's the new normal, I don't believe that. It's abnormal. It's the new abnormal. So I don't like it. I don't like the high gas prices still. I don't like the high food prices. I'm over it. I'm tired of the high rent and the high mortgage and trying to buy homes for young people getting married. Some of you know me. I've talked before. My oldest daughter is going to be getting married here in September. So that's a month and a half away now. And we're there at the home stretch. And they're looking at where do we live? Rent's expensive. Trying to buy a house is crazy expensive. So I'm tired of it. I'm over it. I'm over all the expenses and everything that everybody has to wade through to try to have just a comfortable life. Not that everyone needs to be rich but just a comfortable life. Not always be, I wish I could do that. I wish I could buy this. I really like to buy this steak over here, but it looks like I'm stuck with bologna again. You know, you would like to have some variety in life. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to give you a touch, a head base. Look, if more happens in my neighborhood, in my area, look, I'll let you know. I'll keep you guys posted. But that's where I'm at right now. So I'm kind of on the security trend. And as my thumbnail says, you know, hey, look, these people aren't welcome, okay? Seriously, stay out. Stay out of my house. Stay out of my yard. Stay out of my neighborhood. You know, felons and people that are wanting to randomly shoot or whatever, murderers, thieves. We still have folks that try to check door handles up and down our streets. My neighbors have said that that's still going on. People are adding more lighting, more security cameras, more fencing, more dogs. People are amping up and trying to protect what's theirs and their own lives. And that's where we're at, guys. And it's not, I'm not making this up. It's not a fear tactic. It's reality. It's life. And you just have to understand that and be awake and keep your eyes open about it. And that's it. Well, guys, I appreciate your time. If you don't mind, hit the thumbs up button before you close this out. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, jump on in. It's a great community here. I really enjoy all the folks that are here. I appreciate each and one of you. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye now.